Phil Tittle, welcome. You're joining us on this little adventure here with a Kickstarter campaign and a new game development company. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you get started in computing?
Well, I started out in software development with a company called Pro Systems, moved into consulting, was in consulting for quite a while. I got into the game industry because I was very, very hooked on two games, Meridian 59 and EverQuest.
Meridian 59, now that was one of the first graphical MUD. Before they were calling it MMORPGs, they were
That's correct.
calling them graphical MUDs.
Yeah.
That's old school.
It is.
But that was 3D plus panels and sprites and stuff like that, upright sprites, right?
Yeah.
So what got you hooked on Meridian 59?
A guy I worked with played it, and I decided to try it and really just got into it. I loved the sort of dynamism that was involved in that, and the online play, and you're playing with other people, and so that's what really got me.
So that was a product of 3DO for quite a while.
Yeah.
Until they tanked in 2001.
Okay.
And and they sold that back off. But then also there was this sort of a release. Some source code got leaked at one point. And so it's still out there in the world.
It is, but I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah. It's looking a little old now, but I guess there's still websites up and still servers running from the free-to-play source code that's out there.
Yeah.
that's got
great.
legs. So that's going back a ways. So you got in the game industry. Where did you start?
Origin Systems.
Origin Systems. Okay.
And what was kind of interesting, the project I was on was the UXO project, which is an MMO that they were making based on UO.
That's right.
And one of the reasons why they hired me is they were actually looking for somebody with a strong project management background from outside the game industry.
Right. Well, certainly you've got some letters after your name in the professional space. What are those?
Well, PMP is Project Management Professional, and then CSM is Certified Scrum Master.
So you go, Certified Scrum Master. I didn't even realize there was a certification for that.
Yeah, there's actually several certifications within Scrum, yeah.
So you started at OSI, and where did you go from there?
After that, I went to THQ.
THQ?
Was there for a number of years. Came back to, that was in Phoenix. Came back to Austin to work at a company called Heatwave Interactive.
Heatwave, I remember them.
And we were bringing Gods and Heroes back to life.
Gods and Heroes, yeah. You managed to get a game like that out. How'd that go for you? What was the experience at Heatwave?
Big challenge. We had a very small team and a very tight budget.
There's the challenge we were facing here too.
Yes.
Yeah. So the big challenge, I guess, is managing scope crawl and just kind of following all the lines of critical connections and making sure that everything gets delivered in a timely fashion.
Yep. It's very easy in those circumstances to sort of bite off more than you can chew.
Sure. Now, I met you over at Cloud Imperium Games, and you were helping out with Star Citizen, which is a huge project.
Right.
And we're coming up with an idea that's not quite so ambitious, but still got its challenges.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you see you're going to be kind of wrangling with over here at Descendent.Studios?
Well, I mean, again, here we're going to have kind of a small team, and that's always going to be a big challenge. I think the challenge from a design perspective, which is really not so much in my ballpark, but is going to be being true to Descent and yet expanding on the idea of Descent to bring in players who weren't really familiar with the game at the beginning.
Right. So when you're not stuck inside a dark room in front of a computer monitor, I understand you get out quite a bit.
Well, I try to. I like to, I'm an avid hunter and fisherman, and so I've been doing that ever since I was a little kid.
Going back a little bit, you've lived around the world a little bit, and not just moved around inside the States. Where else have you lived?
Singapore,
Mm-hmm.
Canada, and spent a lot of time in Brazil. Didn't actually live there, but I've spent quite a bit of time down there.
What took you down to Brazil?
Well, consulting.
Oh.
So for several years, I was basically gone every single week someplace.
Right. You put quite a bit of mileage on the planes there, I understand.
Yeah, I used to log close to 300,000 miles a year.
Got some free trips in places?
You know, it's kind of funny, I never really cashed those in. I mean, I used those miles for upgrades and that sort of thing, but I never really used the miles to fly anywhere else.
That's how they get you.
I guess because you get to the point where it's like I'd rather stay home than go fly someplace else since I'm gone all the time anyway.
So here we are at Descendant.Studios. We're in the middle of a Kickstarter campaign. What are your predictions?
Oh, I think it's going to go well.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go really well. The Descent IP is a really popular one, and from what we've seen already, people are very interested in bringing it back. And then we've got a really great team coming on board here, so I think it'll do quite well.